With 11 children in our home, sometimes there can be fights, right?
Yeah.
There can be anger, frustration, arguing.
Sure. So I think that's common to all families, but the big question is,
how do you stop the fight?
Yeah, how do you stop it? How do you get back to peace and calm right in the moment? That's what we've tried to do all these years, right?
We really have.
Okay, so what we have for you today is we've got one specific tactic, one thing that you can say. In fact, it's really easy to do. It's so simple, you'll think, oh, why didn't I think of that before? It's very simple, you can do it, and it'll immediately, in most cases, it'll immediately stop the contention, the arguing, the frustration, and the anger outbursts, okay? So this particular tactic has 3 easy, really simple steps to it. We're gonna explain those 3 steps to you as we go along, okay? Now, you want to tell them about that?
Yeah. At the end of this video, we're going to give you a special gift. So,
free special gift. It's totally free. Yeah. It's yours. We're going to help you out. Okay? All right. Now, this is what people ask us all the time, right?
They ask us, will it really work? Now, for a majority of the time, it will work. But it depends on your children, your home environment, kind of the nuances of your family life. And so if you haven't watched our role model video yet, you might want to take a peek at that because it'll explain the 4 different types of personalities that children usually fall into, and certain ones will respond to this technique that we're teaching you today.
Okay, so should we tell them about the technique?
Let's do it.
So the technique that we're going to introduce to you today is very simply called pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt. And Margie is an absolute master at this pattern interrupt idea. So you want to sort of walk them through it and tell them how it works?
Well, how about just a story?
That's great. Tell them a story.
Let me tell you a story. So in our house, Soraya and Miriam do dishes in the morning. Well, every meal, basically. Yeah. And the coveted job of doing dishes is rinsing.
I don't know why. Maybe they're like playing in the water or something. Who knows?
It's warm. It's clean. Yeah. I don't know what it is. But they always race to get over there. And so I walk in the other day and Miriam said, I was here first, I get a rinse. And Soraya said, but it's my turn, you did it last time. And they're going back and forth and they're geting all frustrated with each other.
Because whoever rinses does not have to load the dishwasher. Apparently that's harder than rinsing. I don't know.
So anyway, I walk in and I say, hey girls, Miriam, what's your favorite song? I really have been wanting to sing a song this morning.
Right, you totally ignored the. You totally ignored
the fighting. I walk in, pop a question at her, and she has to go, "What? What'd you say?"
Right.
She pauses a moment. She goes, "Oh, I love to see the temple," or some song that she likes. Right. Yeah. And then I turn to Soraya. How about you? What's your favorite song? And she tells me, and then I say, "Okay, let's sing some of these songs." Right. And then look it says sunny outside. Let's go out and jump on the trampoline. Let's go play, right? And so we start singing, and pretty soon, everything's resolved. And I say, well, whose turn really was it to do the dishes? And then they can proceed and do their job the way they're supposed to do it. And we peacefully come to resolution.
Right. So I can share a follow up on that. In our house, the boys, they're all scientific minded and they study all this stuff, and then they like to argue about facts and have these discussions about what's the actual temperature of the sun, or how big is it, or what's the biggest star in the universe, or I don't know, or what's the actual chemical compound of water. I don't know.
Boiling point of titanium.
Right, like really, really important stuff. So I come in the other day, and of course, they're at it. And if we let this get out of control, like pretty soon, 2 of them will be discussing a point, and then another couple will come in and discuss it, and then another couple, and pretty soon, and actually that, and pretty soon this is like, there's all this conversation going. And I walked in the other day on just a bamboozle of a debate, and I just walked right in. I physically got it because they're discussing and arguing, and they're frustrated. No, I know this, and actually that, and blah. And so I just walked right into the middle of the fray, and I turned to Isaac, and I'm like, Isaac, did you get the website stuff done that I asked you to do? He's like, what? The website stuff. Did you get it finished? The stuff I asked you to do on the website. Did you get it finished? No, you didn't ask me to do anything. Oh, Brigham, did you get the website stuff done? No. Okay, it looks like we need to have a business meeting. Everybody into my office, let's go have a business meeting. So we go in there and we talk about some stuff that I wanted done on the website. When we got done with all that, I said, now, when we were doing, before we started all this, I noticed there was kind of a heated debate there. Do you guys need to kiss and make up, or we kind of got that resolved? And they're like, it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't really that important. So it's okay. Sorry. And everybody moved on. It was fine. Yeah. And we immediately stopped the stress point that was happening in the home. Right now, here's the interesting thing about it. The vast majority of the fears and the frustration, the anger and the outbursts and all the stuff that goes on inside of a home from day to day, the daily little stresses, are actually completely irrelevant. They're not important at all, and they're in the heat of the moment. And what's going on there, and why this pattern interrupt works so well, is that most of us get angry and are frustrated because we feel out of control, right? Or we feel like our expectation is not being met. So like, we expect that everyone will just do things our way, or we expect dinner to be on the table at a certain time, or we expect to be able to lounge around and play on our iPads, or we expect like all these different expectations, right? Yeah, exactly. And what happens when people don't have their expectations met?
They start getting frustrated and angry and...
Right. They're feeling out of control, and so they turn on the gain control pattern or tape that's running around inside their head. And as soon as they do that, that almost always includes, increased, reaching and grabbing and being frustrated and exhibiting force and really wanting it to get back to where things are meeting their expectations or running the way that they want it to run, right? And so it's not that they're really angry, it's just that there's a pattern, there's a thought that's automatically rolling through their head. And by using this 3-step process that we just explained to you in these 2 stories, what you do is you interrupt that pattern. And as soon as you interrupt the pattern, then it kind of snaps them out of this hypnotic anger and frustration thing and diverts their temperature elsewhere. So there are three steps to this interrupt process, okay? So what's the first one?
First one is ask a very thoughtful question.
Yeah.
Just pop a question that is totally out of the blue that they're not even thinking of.
Yeah. Now, this is so powerful because the mind naturally is focused on answering questions. If I ask you a question right now, like if I said, well, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Then immediately your brain, without even thinking about it, a picture pops in your head of what you ate for breakfast. Yeah. If I says, what time do you have to be to work? Immediately you're going to have this picture coming to your mind about, I've got to be, and almost subconsciously, automatically, because we're designed to answer questions. And it takes a lot of anger and frustration to override that natural urge to answer questions. So because most things that we're fighting about and frustrated about inside of our homes is totally trivial, by asking a specific question that forces them to think, they're like, their brain automatically goes, wait, I got to answer this question. And they turn to I got to do something different, right?
Right.
And so it interrupts that pattern. And so that's the first step, is asking a question that causes them to think. Second one.
Get a new focus. Yeah. Divert their attention to a new focus.
So remember when Margie was like, hey, what's your favorite song? Let's sing a song. Oh, and by the way, it's a nice day outside. When we're done with the dishes, we'll go outside and play, right? Like taking their whole attention and moving it onto something that is positive, that's rewarding, that, engages them, that's important to them. So I did that by asking the boys, hey, did you finish the website? No, we do family business together. So it was like, website.
Oh, wait, what?
What do you mean? Okay, so get them focused on something else.
Yep.
Final. You can't just leave an open loop. So
you got to have a peaceful resolution.
Right, peaceful resolution.
Resolve it peacefully. It's no big deal. These are great kids. They're not bad just because they're fighting. They're good kids, and help them see that it's been peacefully resolved, and we're going to go on our way happily. So. Now,
you don't want to just leave it open. So like with the dishes and then with, the other conversation, you don't just want to leave an open loop, because then it'll kind of, fester inside of them. You just, and it only takes just a couple of sentences like, hey, you guys cool now where we need to kiss and make up? Or whose job really was it to do this? Oh, okay, well, no problem. Then, next time we'll maybe change that around, but we're good. Let's just keep moving forward. So you kind of close that loop so that they have resolution, so then they can move on, apologize if needed, and just restore peace and calm back to the home. Okay. Right. So if you'll use these 3 techniques, so asking the questions, and
refocus.
Yeah, creating a new focus, and then and then having a peaceful resolution, you'll be astonished at how quickly you can defuse the situation and restore some peace and harmony back into the home. Okay.
I'm anxious to hear how it worked in their family.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? We would love for you to drop some comments in.
Yeah.
Also, as we say, share the joy, right?
Yeah.
So right here on this page, go ahead and click and share this video out and allow other people to get this information. Use these 3 little steps to help diffuse their home and bring a little bit more peace and joy back into their house.
That's right.
Now, also, we promised them a free gift,
That's right. Tell them about the free gift.
So the free gift, we got a free gift for you. And, you know, we are constantly trying to think of ways that we can improve our parenting and bring more joy and more happiness into the family. And so we've got a free gift for you. It's a parenting system that'll allow you to not just, you know, we've talked today about how to get instant results. Like, how do you immediately diffuse a situation? But what if you could create an environment in your home so that those angry outbursts and that frustration was, you know, got less and less and less and less and fewer and fewer occasions.
Yes. That's what we want.
Yeah, so you're not having to use these techniques as often as you maybe normally would. And so what we'd encourage you to do is not only share this video, this message with somebody else, but also we're going to encourage you to, you know, get our free site so you can get free instant access. You can click on one of the buttons down below here. And also, if you want more details on a particular offer, stay tuned. We'll give you all the details and insights on it and give you insights on how you can get it instantly right now and figure out how to have long-term peace and greater joy inside your family. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye now. Hello, friends. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, would you do us 2 favors?
The first one is subscribe to this channel. That way you can get all the great updates we're going to be sending your way.
The second thing is, do you want more joy in your family life? Do you want more peace and happiness? Well, if you do, we want to give you our entire parenting system, the Family Fun Miracle, totally for free.
You ever felt friction in your home or stress in your marriage?
I know.
Do you ever wish your kids would do more? Or do you ever feel overwhelmed? If so, then how are you going to change it?
Yeah. What are you going to do different?
That's right. Now, in our family, with 11 children and Joshua and I both, pretty strong-willed.
Very strong-willed.
There's a lot of opportunity for stress.
Now, you know that if things are going to change in your family life, you've got to start thinking different. You've got to feel different. You need to see your children and your spouse in a totally new light.
Now, to help you with this, we've created a free guide for you called the Family Fun Miracle. And you can access that right now. Go to endlessfamilyjoy.com/fun.
Again, that's endlessfamilyjoy.com/fun. We'll give you the entire system, a complete guidebook, and a training video that'll show you real-life examples of how you can implement in your home, totally free of charge.
So just go to the website, give us your name and email address. We'll instantly send you everything you need.
This is the exact same system, the same principles that Margie and I use with our very large and challenging family to reduce stress, remove friction, and have more peace and more joy inside of our family life.
Thanks for coming here today. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next episode. But until then, show real love to your family, cherish your family, and create more joy.